Okay, what was the main idea?
That was the first episode, and the main idea was to compare what we learned at Tanzania or what we saw and experienced to that of Ghana.
Okay. Who were the resource personnel of your sources?
The mining commissioner of the three northern regions. There's a small scale mining industry.
A miner.
A miner. And a representative from the local government, from the municipal assembly.
So laws were discussed.
Yes.
Second main issue that was discussed.
How the government is coming in to help the small scale industry.
Government response. So what would you say there's the impact? Did you get phone-in? Is that a phone-in program?
Yes.
So how many people called in and what were some of the issues?
Oh, I can't count. A lot of people.
Yeah, but what were some of the main issues that came up when
even some of the miners themselves did not know, because they are local people and the places where did not know that a foreigner does not have a right to engage in small scale mining. It will surprise you.
Foreign participation. And what was that issue?
And then the commissioner also mentioned that the Ghanaian government is now preparing, they are having a fund that they can support the small scale industry or the miners in terms of equipment and training. But they are going to focus on training so that because it's dangerous to mine, and if they don't train them or if they don't have the skills, and you can just come and pay some amount of money to get your license, you could get hurt at the site as well. So they are going to
fund established.
They are about to start the fund.
No. So this fund is just an idea.
Yes. He said they have spoke about it, but it has not yet started.
Would you was the 30 minutes? Is the 30 minutes enough for given the topic and all the things that you say you would have done? You do phone-ins, you have all of these resource persons. The 30 minutes, are you able to discuss anything?
The 30 minutes. If the program was to extend more than 30 minutes, it would have been greater, but the 30 minutes was what you need. So you just manage the time. You see, the mining commissioner, most of the questions is on the mining commissioner. The local government side comes in not every day, but this particular topic, you understand, because of how the government is supporting. That is where the local government are. But as for the miner and then the mineral commissioner, they are always on the show. So it depends on the topic each week and who will come and
Maybe
sit
a little
on.
specific week. What language also in
Okay, yeah, Guruni. The mining commissioner could not speak Guruni. So the question
interprets.
Yes, I interpret.
So that's even more difficult, isn't it?
Yes, I interpret. But the two people who are part of him, they speak the Guruni. So I interpret, and then but he knows much of that. It's a series. It's a series.
No, I get you.
So when you don't finish, you continue the following week.
So it's part 1 and 2.
Part 1, part 2, part 3. So those I sent to Fred, and when you see that I have broken them in parts. Claudia.
Okay, so your major concern is that
the
time. So it should be a longer program or what?
Yeah, because given the topic that you say you are discussing, I think that 30 minutes.
That is why when the program is interesting, people will still be doing it.
I think for really, if you're able to make it very tight,
yes,
it's better.
Yeah.
So you yearn for more.
Yes,
it's
I
better.
come from where he comes from, I know. You can't have such a tight program You may start 5 minutes later than they even said they were going to start.
Is it in a local language or?
Yeah, local language.
So
So it was
local
in
language.
both
So
English
the the reason why it's even extended to the 3 months, because I was going to use 2 months, but I realized that you take the topic, you don't finish. So then next week, you now when it comes, do some fresh up, and you respond to those calls that comes in. When it comes to time, that was how we were managing the time.
Okay, so impact. 3 months, is it done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, so any
That's what I
really
do.
for
Evaluation.
for any impact in terms of after the program. If you run a program for 3 months, then I would have thought that at least there would be some.
Yeah, the impact has been that since after the program, like I've realized that people love it, but after the program, anytime I'm on the morning show,
Yeah.
somebody will chip in and say, yeah, but I've had a program now, but why have you stopped the mining program? You understand? So I also sent it to the mining commissioner. Now I want money. So I said, this is what the people are saying. So he said, okay, I should draft the program again and put a proposal on it and bring it. We will find a way that they can resource, and then we bring the program back on air. But the program really, it was through this program, like not just this topic. People have got to know that. And those who call in, a lot of them were calling in, they didn't know, like one of the episodes, they didn't
So
know.
I think your call is that there was the information and education value, right?
Yes. The people didn't even know that they will have to, it's, if you mine without, the place is large. And somebody will just find there is gold in this stream and they will just start mining without going in for the
License
license.
or-
And people also
So is that the change of behavior?
There was change of behavior. At least that's what Mr. Autry told me. So I think when I sent you a message, I suggested that you can call him if you can do presentation. That's why he told me. He said after the program, a lot of people have come to pick forms, although they haven't come, so that they will legally they will have licensing to operate. He also told me that, and people got to know that at least you have to have about 900 Ghana cedis to completely have your license. That's 900 Ghana cedis. He also mentioned it. And people were calling to give their say if they can reduce it, what.
So this mining commissioner, right, is from the mining commission.
He is the mining commissioner for the Northern.
Oh, he works with the Ghana, the mining commission.
The Minerals Commission.
The Minerals Commission.
Mineral Commission.
Okay, yeah, that's all.
But he's based in.
Yeah, for the 3. No, okay, Chief.
Oh, yes, mine is an investigative story. I filed it from correspondence between Ghana Mine Workers Union and Pollution to Quota P2W, and the heading is Sterling mining firm in big trouble for flooding Ghana's
Now, you have to repeat that.
labor law.
Which company again?
Israeli mining firm.
Israeli, okay.
Yeah, Israeli mining firm in big trouble for flouting Ghana's labor law.
Typical Chronicle headline.
Yes, I am.
Oh, a daily guide. Ghana's
I'm
law.
looking my direction. I'm my daily guide. When you mention daily guide, you're looking at
Ghana's labor.
Who was it again?
the top. I'm alive.
Okay. So what's the main idea?
The main idea,
So this is an investigative piece, right?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is our first investigation.
Yeah. Yes, the pollution to water stopped it staff from joining then Ghana Mine Workers Union.
So basically, it's a labor issue.
Yes, it is. And according to our laws, article.
This is not an oil and gas story. This is
No,
It's mining.
It's
mining.
linked to
Mining. It's a mining.
You say you have done
I've done a lot of them. I
give us a
Google
different-
it.
No, let's do this.
Go ahead, don't mind.
My stories.
Yes, you know you don't mind.
And also, the mine workers refer to parts of part 9, section 17, 9 and 8 of
70 what?
It's not the Constitution. Act
I said
651
Act.
is simply the name of the Labor Act
And I
2003.
said that. I said it.
Yeah, but
Now, maybe how I wrote it, so what's
Yes.
the correction?
the correct thing is the Labor
Labor
Act
Act
2003,
Three, yes.
Act
Yes, yes.
651.
Yes, I have it here.
Then the Constitution,
Uh-huh,
because
so
the
the
Constitution,
Constitution,
the
I don't know what-
Constitution is on its own.
Of the
Okay, that's what they
the
quoted.
Constitution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, who were the sources?
Yes, the sources were from the Ghana Mine Workers Union, the chief labor officer at the Labor Commission, and also the vice president of the P2W.
P2W.
Yes, sir. Now it's a company which is based on, which has offices in Obubuasi.
So this is the mining company or
Yes.
It's a mining company.
Yes, the mining company.
Which the story you did about?
Yes,
How long did it take you to do this story?
you're over 3 what it is? Yes, because I have the every.
How many days?
3 days. I have a document from the chief labor office, some from Ghana Mine Workers Union, and the mining company. They send letters. So I intercepted those letters, and I was able to.
Is it the new Chinese phone that the China has bought for our MPs?
They are currently on it. How do you play?
So the impact is still work in progress?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you see, you guys see I'm heckling this guy. The only mining about this story is that the company is a mining company. That's all. That's all.
No, but it's still fall within the system because the labor issue within the mining.
The issue in the mining industry.
Okay, what are the other sources that will contribute to this story? Other issue that is the investigative piece, and 3 days, you need a true investigative piece, you need more time to work hard at it for it to qualify because they are characteristics of
intercepted the documents.
Because I have all the.
So it cut down the production time.
Yes, I have all the.
Okay, what other sources come to mind? Moses? It's getting to land, so.
Labor expert.
Yeah.
Labor experts. Did you talk to any of the workers?
No, the Ghana Mine Workers.
That's fine, but
Yeah, but that's fine, but you can have your opinion.
And Ghana
Labor.
Trade Union Congress. So
yeah, but I'm talking about did you talk to any worker in that company?
An employee.
Employee.
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
And he confirmed that well, they were not allowed to join.
Okay, it's a straightforward story, but I don't think I'll call this the top investigative system, but that's my mistake. Although it's uncovered. Yeah.
And I think it could easily be broadened to cover other areas in the extractive sector, because we have several oil and gas companies. We have several small-scale mining firms that are not,
Okay. So thanks for that. Let's take the last one, then we run.
Because I am thinking if this story had, as part of it, indicated to us the conditions of service for the local workers and the foreign workers of this company, and then would have exposed impropriety, if there is any, that okay, there is a scale. The Ghanaian worker is working at the same scale as somebody who is from Israel. The Israeli is paid better than the Ghanaian worker. The Israeli is housed and given this and that, and the Ghanaian workers don't have. And in addition to not having better conditions, they are even prohibited from joining the workers' union.
This is not in them mining in this way. Expatriates receive more pay than them.
Yeah, but I would have loved to read it in your
That's
story
story, okay.
that even this company too, apart from just barring its workers from there, what is obtaining in other mining companies happens here as well.
Okay, over to you. The last story before I hand over to Fred.
Mine was more of a feature.
What's the title?
To extract or not to extract. And a sub-caption, a look at mining communities in Ghana and Tanzania.
This print, right?
Yes, print.
So
And
look at
online.
TZ and DH. Okay, main idea?
The main idea was to better understand if the decision to actually extract, say once discoveries are made, is it a must that a country must extract whatever has been discovered? And now, when we went on the field trip to the Gator gold mine area, speaking to some of the residents at the village, just below the heap of stones and everything, you notice that their living conditions and things that were happening within the place was not the best, even though the community had been there for a very long time. Youth from the place would go and steal rocks from the mining the mining site, crack them, try to extract, and then make a living out of it. Out of 3,035 inhabitants of the community, there was just one guy named Logic Samo who was employed by the gold mine.
So there was issue of unemployment.
Unemployment.
Okay, who are your sources?
I spoke to the Logic guy myself.
What do we call it? A company employee?
The company employee. And he was employed to plant trees.
So he's doing auxiliary services here.
And he was being paid 200,000 shillings, Tanzanian shillings.
Yeah, but you have not said anything special for me. Is that, how much is that in Ghana city?
In dollars is 123.
In Ghana city? Yes, we should not be doing dollarization.
123, that would probably be 200. 460.
Although I know that it's good to put a dollar, but in Ghana I think we should write
I was
out.
just checking that you do that a lot. Particularly when you are doing stories from foreign sources. They will leave the figure in dollars. And
Or whichever
What's
currency.
even worse is we give the figure in dollars and give the pounds equivalent. What are you talking about? And people give the pound equivalent because it's a BBC story. So
Yeah.
their readers or their home base is the UK, so they will mention dollar and give pounds equivalent. So you mention dollar and give the C equivalent, and not dollar and pound equivalent.
I know the Christmas is coming and the dollar, the city is struggling, but still, that's okay. A lot of expense. So.
So that's always important.
That's important. Well, that's why in the world, when you take dollar out and come to pay, nobody will take it. Even Nigeria, they will not take your dollar. Okay, go on.
So it was basically looking at a review. Most of the
No, the other sources. Let's go on the other sources.
oh, the other sources. There was a quote.
You still have to give me that source, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what the question from Jenik Randon. He's the head of Randon and
So it's a company. You had a company.
It's an international law firm.
Okay, sorry. So you're quoting as a law firm.
Based on what?
I think yeah, an international.
Now, who is this? Why is it qualified to speak on what? That's always my question.
No, I was from the what I was looking at,
Mhm.
whether it was necessary to extract or not to extract.
Now, who is he? I mean, is it based in Tanzania, Ghana, or did an international study?
It was a book on oil and gas.
So you're
Some of the
quoting a book.
documents, yes, a book.
So just say that. No, because when you said this, I thought you interviewed the person and called it, but it's a quote from a book. Okay, that's what you said, quote, so. Any more sources?
There was also Honorable Mansibo Mangochi. That's the District Commissioner of Data.
The streets.
Commissioner of Data.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Is that all?
And then there was also Dr. Melisa Inshallah. He's an environmental and natural resource lawyer, also in Tanzania.
Okay, so good. Okay, that's good.
There was one GD advocate.
So who brought the argument to extract and not to extract? Do you have somebody saying that and somebody counteracting that?
No, in the value chain process, the first decision or the first step is to consider whether to extract or not to extract.
Correct.
Yes, I was looking at it from that point. That
Yeah, but did you have somebody saying that let's extract and some other person say do not extract? Because that's what the whole story is about.
No.
Yeah, so that's one thing sure. So I'll tell you, you're saying that, for example, there's a lot of, if they left it on the ground, then people would. I did not get the argument you're making here because you're bringing unemployment, some people stealing from the company, all that. But how does that support to extract or not to extract? It don't come out.
I think what my brother is trying to come out here is, if you look at the unemployment, maybe you look at the local content of it, and now and here, the mining company is in our duties or in our district or community. And if there is unemployment, look at, he quoted, there are about 3,000 and something people, only one person is employed in the mining company. So to extract or not to extract, because it's not benefiting the local.
No, you see, that's why you have to be very careful. Evidence. The people would not be employed because they are lazy or they don't want to work in the mine and all that. So you have to bring it. And that's by putting some
Of skills.
or evidence that, yeah, we generally understand that, look, it means unemployment, but there's a lot of things that go into employment or unemployment.
There was something that was said by one of the speakers, Madam Grace, the surname I don't think I can pronounce. She said she was making a point that before the mining companies come, promises are made to communities. Say government will go to this community and maybe this is where the discovery has been made. The people are told, if you allow these people to come in and mine or extract whatever it is, jobs are promised, your livelihoods will be improved, hospitals will be built. With regards to all these things, so the people in the communities expect these things. The companies come in and that is not the reality on the ground. Then in the end, the people feel that they are being cheated because they are not benefiting. So in this sense, just so government can prove a point or make whatever they are trying to gain out of it, the companies come and then the people don't really benefit from what they were promised. So in that sense, was the decision to actually convince the people to allow the extraction to be done, was that decision the best or not?
Yes, so
that is
but someone have to say that in a story. Either you will infer and give me reasons or I'm
so throughout the whole argument, that is what I'm building. In the end, I conclude talking about any decision to extract or not to extract must have the benefit of the people at heart, because that's the purpose for which we want to extract, to better communities, livelihoods and everything. So if at the end, the communities within these mining sites have not benefited, they're still, the states and livelihoods are still the same as it is, then is that decision the best or not? That is what the whole argument
By
is.
reaching a point, let me rephrase my question again. Your story is to extract or not to extract. In your story, how many people say let's extract, and how many people say don't extract? Let me hear. You have balance.
No one categorically stated let's extract, and no one categorically.
No, it's the infer.
The law firm, the quote from that book, he was talking about the impact that normally mining or extracting such things has on the environment, how it affects them, and to him it wasn't a good thing, because as much as it will bring some kind of comfort in some sense, maybe in terms of revenue, it will still not benefit the community because it leaves behind certain take for instance, if you're mining, you're digging holes and other things, you're leaving all these things behind. So for him, it was not the best. He felt that it was actually a dirty business. That was how he described.
Okay, that's fine. So who also said for this story to hold, we should give it both legs. For it, because that's the title. Then you can conclude it. And that's why I put here an economist. Because what we are talking about is called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost of me coming to this workshop or staying in Takoradi for Moses. It's a cost. Do I come to the workshop or do I stay back? I think that's it. So everything in the story should be looking at that. Should I or should not? And the economists will have a way. So you also want to come out that is there any formula that help people determine if they should extract or not extract?
I think one of the things that I from the headline was that if you go to Obuasi and then everybody knows the price of gold in today's world and how much they make out of gold, and then you see the level of poverty, then probably how much goes to government or the community or the chiefs in terms of royalty to them, and the people still live in abysmal poverty. Then you ask yourself, they are sitting on this level of riches, so is it to extract or not to extract?
Yeah, that's fine.
So it means you can build your argument based on empirical evidence. You've been in the community, you've seen the lifestyle, you've seen poverty, then you ask yourself, was it right to extract?
Yeah, that's fair. So you are saying that the evidence is the visits in the community. I think you mentioned it. I'm saying that at the end of the day, in this storytelling, you have to make sure that you cover both sides.
Yeah, probably he didn't do his own analysis from the beginning.
Okay.
If you also do that without talking to a source, it's an opinion.
Yeah, we said that. Yeah, we said that.
It's an opinion about the piece.
Yeah.
No, but
No, we agree.
Okay,
So yeah. No, we agree to that. That's why I said the sources. So that's why I said that somebody have to say
exactly.
that as an expert or an economist, the cost of profit and the cost of mining in Obuasi is 1 billion or 20 billion. That's the cost, and you see that in the poverty and all that. And what we got from gold is 100 billion. So at the end of the day, you see, you have your hand up there. No, let me take you.
I was going to say, like my brother wrote the story, like the heading, to extract or not to extract, maybe with a question mark, and then come out with the issues and leave it with the reader to judge.
That's another way. But my point I'm making, don't get me confused. The point I'm making is that make sure that in the story the for and against come out.
No, you see, initially when we started, I think you made a point that we should get hold of the environmental impact statement.
Yeah.
Probably there are some remedies that were supposed to be.
So you can also look at the environmental cost.
Yeah, so if you look at the issue, they say probably the people in this community, they're going to build better schools for them, they're going to improve on their livelihood, they're going to do this. Then you just oppose it with the fact that they are living in abysmal poverty. That is if you put the two together, it's very easy for you to ask the question to extract or not to extract with a question mark.
Okay.
When we discussed this topic in Tanzania, I remember recalling Professor Alute's statement that he believed if Ghana did all the calculations that it ought to do regarding the cost of mining, Ghana would come to the realization that the country is actually subsidizing mining.
Correct. You see, that's the point I've been making. So you say an economist, that's the one profession that can do that.
Yeah.
Will tell you the cost and the benefits.
Because he said that if we properly assess the cost, the environmental cost to mining, and all the social cost, and all the other costs to the nation, we would realize that the money we are making out of mining is actually far less than the cost to the nation. And that would then mean that we are subsidizing mining. Correct. In that case, you can say without doubt that it's better not to mine than to mine.
No, I'm not even down as mine or not to mine. I'm just saying that make sure that.
I'm saying that having regards to the headline.
Because I can conclude, or with what I build, I can conclude not to mine. And somebody can conclude mine.
Yeah. Now,
but make sure you.
I'm just tying in Professor Alute's argument to his headline. And saying that if you had such resource people speaking and making these kinds of arguments and giving you the basis for their suggestions, then that will give meaning to the headline, to mine.
Yeah. So one way of looking at this, we should have done is that look at people, the community. What do they say about extract, not to extract? Cost of environment, financial cost, the diseases and all those things. Look at all that. So thank you very much. I've come to the end of the presentation of stories, and it was very interesting. So let's clap for ourselves.
Quickly, how many of us posted the stories that we talked about on the Facebook page? So please, let's do that. Because it's supposed to be a very active. The others who are reading, looking out for information, particularly from Ghana, since they are now starting. So your stories will be extremely helpful. And do make time to go there, because we find some exciting things also from other countries. Continuously, see that there are more stories coming from Uganda than from Ghana. It's not too exciting.
Is there a wireless facility?
Yes, there is.
And it's just
Give us the password.
It's bad. It's not.
But it exists at least.
Yes.
Because we're trying.
Yeah, the whole is okay.
So my business now is to tell you about our speaker when we come back from lunch. To give you a brief idea about who he is. So that you can start thinking about, okay, what interviews can I possibly do? Just to give you an idea.